Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to track a purchase by using what Opesta calls goals and have them move to a new sequence so they don't get the abandoned cart follow-up message.
Alright, so let's jump into creating a goal so we can organize our users a little better based on what they're doing on our Shopify store. So in the previous video we just created a tag that allows us to, after a day, send a follow-up message to someone who didn't purchase the product. And then they're moved to this sequence and they receive an abandoned cart message. So now what we want to do is if someone purchases the product, after a day, we want to make sure that they don't receive that abandoned cart message. So how we do that is inside of that same sequence, awesome product number 1, where everything got started, we have the discount code, and then after a day, they receive the tag, didn't purchase product number 1. And so if after they received this discount code of 20%, they purchased that product with that discount code, then what we need to do is track them through what's called a goal. In Opesta, they have these things called goals, and they're actually probably one of my favorite things inside of the entire software. So to create a goal, just add a goal inside the sequence. And something to remember for goals is that a goal will only be tracked if that person is inside of that sequence. Okay, so because these people started by clicking the checkbox on awesome product number 1, they're inside of this sequence. So I'm going to set up the goal pixel and just call it completed checkout. And now inside of Shopify, when you complete a checkout order, the URL is some random code URL, basically just like IDs for the product, and then at the end it's /thank_you. So I'm just going to, I'll show you that when we get to that point, but just take my word for it for now. So if I do thank_you and hit enter, any URL containing any of the following will work. I'm going to add just a /thank_you just in case the software bugs out or anything. We always have sort of some redundancy there. And so those are those two, I guess, keywords that Opesta will be looking for when a person lands on that URL. And then what I want to add is I want to add a tag, and that tag is going to be customer. Okay, and then I want to add another tag and tell me what product they purchased. So awesome product number 1. And so now that we've set up this, I want to add them to a new sequence so we can move them to a different sequence. Maybe we thank them for purchasing that particular product and then retarget them with some products that are similar to it. So before I do that, I need to create a new sequence for people who've purchased this product. So I'm going to save this. Okay, it's been created. Then I'm going to go back to Shopify store and then add a new sequence and say, we'll call it completed purchase. I'll keep it pretty consistent with the other one. Completed product purchase, awesome product number 1. Okay, create that sequence. These people will be triggered by a tag, and the tag they will be triggered by is customer. And then also awesome product number 1. So doing this now, I realize that if I tag everyone who purchases any product customer, then they will be tagged into this sequence. And I just want people who are tagged, who have purchased this particular product, to come into the sequence. So I'm going to delete customer and just set the tag trigger to be that specific tag, awesome product number 1, so it's product specific. Then I'm going to add a message, send it immediately after they purchase a product. And then let's say, thank you. And then the message I'll say is, hey, first name. Thanks so much for purchasing that product. You are the coolest. And then we can set up an auto response. No, you are the coolest. Let's just see if we can shorten that. No, you're the. You are the coolest. Okay. And then I'll say, just do an emoji. I don't want to spend too much time writing copy like I've said before. Just want to show you these technical things in this series. So that looks good. And then go back in here and maybe set a message to come after, let's say 4 days. We'll send them another message. And I want to actually set this delay to 8 minutes after they purchased. And then in this one, we can just, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to go into it yet. But then we could set up some messages about some products or ask them how they're liking their current product, if they want to send a review or whatever. But let's go back into the other sequence here. Awesome product number 1. Go into goals and go to the goal. So now I want to add a new action. I want to add them to a new sequence. And that new sequence I'm going to add them to is awesome product purchase number 1. So if there's any way that another customer purchases a product and they're not added to this awesome product number 1, but they can be tagged because they did purchase that product, then they'll automatically go to that other sequence. But because they've completed a goal, they're automatically added to that sequence without that tag trigger as well. So that's an important thing to note also. So now we have that set up. Let me just double check if I'm missing anything. Okay, looks good. So you'll see here that I am in that sequence and there's no tags here. So after we complete the goal, the customer tag and the awesome product number 1 tag should be entered onto my subscriber detail area here. So let's test it out. So before we test it out, Shopify has a unique order processing function. And so what we have to do is add the Opesta pixel to another part of the website as well. So I'm just going to go into here and then go to the checkbox and grab that Opesta pixel again. Just the same script that you installed earlier in the themes area. And now I'm going to go into Shopify and then go into settings at the bottom left here and then click checkout and then scroll down and you'll see order processing here. In the order processing area you'll see additional scripts. I've entered it here and you just want to copy and paste that same Opesta script inside of that so it continues to track the checkout, and then save it. I've already saved it, so I'm good there. So now let's test it. Actually, I'm gonna change that delay on this thank you message to immediate so we can see it happen in the training. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the product page. I'm already a subscriber. I don't need to do the checkbox at all again. I'm just going to click add to cart. It's tracking what I'm doing right now because the Opesta pixel is on every site. So I'm going to just enter in some information here. Fake name 1234 and Tempe, Arizona, and then I'm gonna add the disc. I created a discount code just to show you guys it's 100% off, so we don't have to add any payment information. and then click continue the payment method. Awesome, it's free, so there's no payments required. Complete order. Okay, so it's landed on the thank you page. And then I'm going to go to my Facebook. Okay. And inside of here, hey Kelly, thanks so much for purchasing that product. You are the coolest. And then say no, you are the coolest. So the trigger, the goal happens. So let me show you what happens inside of Opesta. So go to goals here, inside of the right one. Go to goals here. It says 1 has been completed. Okay. And if I go to the subscriber detail, I'm tagged customer and awesome product number 1, which is the product that I purchased. And then I'm removed from that sequence. Okay. So you'll see here that I wasn't added to completed product purchase. And that may be because I've added this tag here. So it says 1 activation. Thank you. Oh yeah, okay, so that's what happened. It was sent obviously because we received this message, but then because I had no other content in this second message, I've been removed from that sequence. So that's important to remember. Maybe we want to just add a tag just for the sake of not being removed from the sequence. You can do that. So yeah, when testing these things, remember to just add some additional content or these tags so that you stay in the sequence, and then you can test these things. Because if I was to have another goal inside of here where if I landed on a certain page, then and I was removed from that sequence because all the content was gone, that goal wouldn't trigger. Okay, so that's how you set up goals inside of Opesta and have your chatbot track what a user purchases or doesn't purchase, and then you can set up messages based on what they're doing. So pretty powerful stuff here. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much. You guys have been awesome. I love you all so much. You guys are wonderful. Seriously, can't thank you enough. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys will message me and email me lots of pictures of yourselves and of your faces. Bye-bye.
All right, guys, so that's it for the goal setup and tracking purchases. I hope that makes sense. If so far you guys have liked these videos, subscribe and like and comment any other features or any other requests that you guys might have for training videos in the future. Let me know.